Hi everybody, my name is Rhys Barber. I'm the audiologist here at Audiology Associates. We upload new earwax removal videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 9 PM UK time, so please consider subscribing. Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thank you for watching our video today. We've got 3 patients in our compilation. So first patients come through. They did have wax in both sides. We already attempted to clear one, but they've got to come back for a follow-up on that one. But this is the second ear. So I just wanted to show you this one because it's a nice simple one to do. Wax stays together really firmly, all looking nice and held together there. So just lift it off the canal wall to detach it first and then to take it away. Just check behind that. Lovely. All came away in one nice big chunk. Eardrum looks nice and healthy. So this is what we removed. So you can see just over a centimetre's worth of wax there. Just over ½ an inch. So you can see it was going in quite a way, about half the length of the ear canal. This is our second patient of compilation. Very different, this one. So this is more skin than wax. So we've got layer upon layer of skin in here. So patient feeling very blocked up. A little bit of discomfort there as well. So not feeling particularly comfortable on that side. So we've got the standard size ulnar tube here. The first thing we're going to need to do, as you can see, that the skin is all around the outside edge, coming more towards the outer part of the ear canal. So we need to remove that first before we can work on that central section. So that's what I'm doing here at the moment, taking these outer pieces away. Now sometimes the skin will harden up a little bit and you'll get this whole chunk moving out in one go, but it's coming away in little pieces here. But lots of overlapping threaded kind of skin ribbons, all bound together. The patient has been using a little bit of olive oil, which is why this skin has softened up and is coming away the way it is now. If the patient hadn't have used the olive oil to soften it, then you'll probably be able to get hold of it and take it all out in one big chunk. But because it's nice and soft, the layers of skin are actually starting to separate out. You'll see what I mean about the skin ribbons in a second. So as we get a grip here, can you see it all starting to peel away? Look, and unraveling. There you go. You can start to see it unraveling the canal, pulling out of the canal there. Because it's a little bit softer, it's just broken away. And then we get a grip on the next section. So we're actually working outside the ear canal here, but you can see where we're unraveling it, undoing this knot almost of skin that's in there. Don't forget the ear canal obviously has skin inside it, and that skin gets produced and replenished all the time, but it can grow in these long strips sometimes that can detach from canal walls, and that's where you get these kind of issues that we're seeing here. So just a case of very slowly working our way down the canal at the moment. And there we are, there's the eardrum. A little bit of retraction there in the centre. See that duller section in the centre of the eardrum? So it's been a little bit more pulled in. You can see just how long some of these strips were, and that all came out of one ear canal. So you can see as you undo that knot of skin, how it unravels into these longer pieces there. So this is our last patient in the compilation today. Very soft looking wax from the outside edge here. Patient, you can see there's a little bit of dry skin. See where the suction tube just passed over there? So ear canals are probably going to be quite dry. Now if they are quite dry, then what's going to happen to the wax is that the outer shell of wax will harden, and it's usually going to be surrounded by some dead dry skin as well. But the center portion of wax is going to be made up of lots of little sluffy bits of skin and the wax mixed together. So the center is going to be quite soft and kind of mushy, and the outside edge is going to be really tough and firmly attached to that canal wall. Now as we lift from the bottom here with the ulnar tube, you'll see the whiter material underneath. That's the dry skin and outer section of wax that's dried out. So that's going to be held onto the canal walls quite firmly. But then as we moved up to the top right there, you'll see it now. You see the center section of wax just puckering up, and it's very soft and squishy. So difficult wax to remove this because you can't hold on to the center section and pull it out in one big chunk, because you're just going to pull out that softer debris you can't get a good grip on. But the outer section is so firmly attached, you've got to kind of peel that away. So we're going to have to kind of chip away at the center section, then peel it away. I've introduced a little bit of olive oil in here because we're starting to work down the side of the canal wall. The olive oil can also work down there and help to release this skin and harder wax debris from sticking to these outer sections of the canal. See, we've got gaps there forming. down the right side of that wax there. So we're going to lift up now from the bottom. You can see as we're lifting, you'll start to see where it's attached. So I can see it's attached to the left side, so we're going to detach that next. Now the bottom section you can see is moving quite freely now, but you can tell it's still not budging, so it's obviously held on somewhere else, which is at the top section here. So I'm just going to work that down and off that top canal, and see the difference that makes when you take that away. Then the whole thing starts to move. We see all the white skin debris there, much darker wax at the rear there, older, drier, more oxidized wax. There you can see all these little sluffy bits of skin all around the outside edge of the canal. So what's happening is that the skin is drying and flaking here, lifting off the canal wall. The wax, as it passes over then, is drying around it and holding on to it. You can see you've got the top layer of skin here is really sort of dead, and it's detaching really easily from the layer underneath. So we'll just clear some of this away, just do a little bit of peeling. On the eardrum itself, you can see lots of little tiny cloudy patches. Now that's not tympanosclerosis, which is what we've seen in some of the other videos, but that's actually little bits of this dry, dead skin you can see around the outside edge here that haven't migrated off the drum itself. Obviously being trapped as well behind all that wax, so water and everything else not being able to get in here to be able to kind of clear this away, and the natural migration processes have been interrupted because of this dryness to the skin. So just carrying on here with a fine end, just clearing around. There's a little bit of dry skin here, but it's on a really awkward place to get to, which the patient was starting to find a little bit uncomfortable, because you can see we have to touch that canal wall to the bottom right corner. That little jump there was as we touched on the canal wall, the patient jumped a little bit. So we're just going to try and tidy up as best I can, but it's so far behind that ridge, we can't get to it. There you go. Get a better look at those little kind of ripply effects on the eardrum, which is all those bits of dead skin. So this is the second ear of the same patient. We've got some very dry wax on this side as well, dry on the outside edge for this one. So we're just lifting from the bottom. You can see the difference, look, between the wax on this side and the other side. Both are consequences of having dry ear canals, but this one hasn't got that mushy section in the middle here at the front. It's all a much harder shell. Just lifting some of the drier pieces away there. You can see the quite angular, hardened up layers in here. Just trying to take some of these pieces off the side canal wall there. You can see the kind of consistency, that almost flakiness to the skin, that dry plates that are coming away. So we're going to use the Jobson horn, because those plates are not going to come off very easily and they will interrupt the wax coming out. So we're going to go in with the Jobson horn because we've got a harder section here. Just get behind the top section, pull forwards, roll it, get behind again, bring forward. See the next section flicking up there at the back, so we'll get behind that again, bring that forwards. There you go. Just bump the camera on the way out. There we are. You can see all those harder outer shells there. Very, very deep hard wax in here. Notice the colour difference, much darker in colour, almost black in places. So very dark, very oxidized wax. Same as what we saw at the back end of the first piece that came out on the other ear. Couple of little flaky bits. You can see a flake of dry skin running through that hard piece of wax there at the base. So this has been pushed right up against the eardrum, this darker section here. So just going to go and do a bit of tidying up. First glance looks nice and empty, but can you see the little dot of wax there at the base near the bottom of the drum? So fine end going to go in now. Going to have to very carefully work our way down to this last piece of wax, because it's sitting between the eardrum and the bottom portion of the canal. So two very sensitive parts of the ear. So very, very slowly working our way down. Ideally what we want to do is stay just slightly away from the wax and bring it towards the suction. Just wait in just almost on top of it, and there we go. You see it pull away and towards the suction there. So we didn't put any pressure on it at all. This patient obviously is going to be coming back quite regularly to see us, just because of the dry nature of the skin. You could use a little bit of olive oil in here just to soften all this up and stop this kind of flaking, but it's a really difficult thing to treat, this drier skin conditions in ears. If you imagine if you had an eczema or dry skin on the rest of your body, use a topical cream to do that. You can't administer that into the ear canal. It's very difficult to do. So just taking away some of these little dry pieces here at the left hand side, the larger bits. There's the eardrum there. Still got that little ripply effect. Look at the colour difference in this wax. The whiter, lighter materials, the dry skin, darker, older wax, all sorts of different colours in there. Thank you very much for watching our video today. If you did enjoy the video, then please like. If you're not subscribed already or you'd like to do so, you can click the subscribe button here. If you'd like to check out some more of our videos, they're also up there. Now, if you want to follow us, you can do on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also check our website if you want to know a little bit more about us. As always, guys, until the next time, take care.